The absolute most important conversation that we will ever have in our entire life is the conversation we have inside of our own head. And our greatest power, our greatest strength as humans comes from spoken word. Words are the greatest power we possess, and the most important conversation we will ever have is the conversation we have inside our own mind, which are the words we are speaking to self all day long. And you guys know I talk about these eternal truths all the time. How I do anything is how I do everything. Therefore, how I speak to self is how I speak to the world. It all starts within. And what's interesting that I have found directly through my own experience is that most people are so focused on the external parts of life. They're focused on trying to find an external solution for an internal desire that they completely are oblivious to the fact that the greatest power we as humans possess are the words that we use, and our choice in the words that we use, and our choice to keep our word always at all cost, first to self and then to others. That's why we do the non-negotiable daily programming. That's why we are hyper aware and hyper focused of the words we are using internally, so that we are hyper aware and hyper focused on the words that we use externally. Words are the most powerful thing that we as humans possess. I want to share a quick little story with you guys today. I'm in a really cool, really high level coaching program for men, led by a very cool, interesting man. And I'm not going to go into all the details because they're not mine all to share. However, we had a very powerful teaching during our training yesterday. And part of that teaching is that at the end of the day, there's a process to do to program our subconscious mind to bring forth the things we desire in life and in this world. And one of the topics to focus on during that exercise is telling our subconscious mind how we want to feel when we wake up in the morning. And I did it last night. I wrote it down on paper to bring it to life, that I'm gonna feel charged up and full of energy, ready to serve others in my purpose today. I'm going to wake up and feel disciplined because I'm going to take action on my non-negotiable programming and set myself up for success, winning the morning to win the day. And there was another one that I wrote in there, and man, guys, I gotta tell you, I woke up this morning feeling better than I've felt in a long time. And for the past year or more, I've basically just been telling myself and accepting that, hey, most days when I wake up, I could be in a negative state. And the way I get through that negative state is to go through my process. And I realized that was all just a story I was telling myself. I realized that I had been telling myself a story that I was gonna wake up in pain every day, that I was gonna wake up and have crazy amounts of pain, both in my body, in my mind, emotionally, spiritually, all these things. And then guess what? I would wake up every day in crazy pain and feeling like dog crap. And last night, I changed the script I was telling myself. I wrote it down on paper, which downloaded it out of my mind, out of my spirit, into reality, which then my subconscious mind, while I was sleeping, brought forth the result for me. And I woke up this morning feeling amazing. Like, I literally can't tell you guys the last time I woke up in the morning and felt this good, in terms of pretty much no pain, actually feeling like my body has healed, actually feeling like my mind is working and I don't have brain fog. And I realized that it can be so simple and so quick to do, yet because most people are totally oblivious to the power of their words, they will never have the awareness to know that they have the ability and capability to determine their life experience based solely on their words and being impeccable with words. Making sure that we always keep our word to self. When we give our word on something, we keep it. That's what a man does. That's what defines a man. We also keep our word to others. However, if we are not keeping our word to ourselves, meaning if we don't wake up when we say we're going to wake up, if we don't program the way that we say that we're going to program, if we're cutting corners and taking shortcuts or slacking off on things or pleasure seeking, any of this stuff that we say that we're not going to do, we are breaking word to self, which will manifest a life full of opportunities to break word to others. On the flip side of that, when we keep our word to self, it will then manifest a life full of opportunities and situations for us to keep our word to others. So it's very simple, guys. Like you guys always hear me say, life is simple, only egos complicate. Tap into the simplicity of knowing that your words are the most powerful thing that you possess as a human. Get specific and intentional with the way that you use your words. Get very hyper aware and hyper focused on the words that you are using internally, the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak about yourself, to your body, about yourself, about your body, the way you speak to yourself about others. Bring awareness to these words and get impeccable with your words. Choose positivity. Choose positive words. Words bring life and words bring death. That's in scripture. The power of life and death is in the tongue. So it's your choice every single day. You have a choice every single time you think a thought. Every single time you open your mouth to speak. You can choose to put more light into the world and bring more life and peace and joy and love. Or you can choose to put more darkness in the world. And for me, guys, in all reality, I used to cuss a lot. I used to use a lot of swear words. I thought it meant that I was cool. I thought it made me a man. And then in the last few years, I've had several mentors and people close to me suggest to me, hey, you might want to focus on this. This could be an area for an upgrade for you to get more intentional and diligent in the words that you're using and avoid using negative language or swear words or curse words. And guess what? I have gone to work programming myself and removing those words from my vocabulary. And guess what? I have found my life is full of more love and light and peace and joy because I'm not manifesting the outcomes of those low vibration, low frequency sounds and words. So I pray that you guys can get hyper aware of the words that you're using and you can choose the higher path and speak life and love to self internally and to others externally. Get to work today. I love y'all and always shine brighter.